Hello everyone, Riley here with the T-Storm Chasers. We will jump into our weather video in just a moment, but first here is a word from our friends at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Okay, good morning everyone. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026, and let's dive into this morning's video. Taking a look here, firstly at our current conditions across the area, and we do have a couple of spots to go over. Out here in far western South Dakota, we are dealing with some rain and even snow flurries out here in the Black Hills. Take a look there, that white area, that white spot there, that's where we have some snow going on in the Black Hills. And otherwise, we have some rain showers from Buffalo down to Spearfish. And then out here into central Iowa, there is some morning showers from Des Moines up towards Iowa Falls. And that activity is expected to dissipate as we go throughout the rest of the morning. So other than that, though, we are dry this morning. Now, temperature-wise, we are off to a mild start. We are already above average for this time of the year for where we should be. In a large chunk of our region, 66 in Sioux Falls. That's already 5 degrees above average for this time of the year. So we are going to be on our way to around 80 degrees today in Sioux Falls, 59 in Aberdeen right now, 61 in Pierre. You notice out here, though, it's already 70 in Yankton, 68 in Mitchell and Chamberlain, 55 out in Rapid City. You can see that cooler air out to the west, 41 in Spearfish, 36 in Buffalo. So we are definitely seeing much cooler air in the far west. Down into Nebraska, we are off to a mild start. We're at 66 in O'Neill and Norfolk, 70 in Grand Island, 68 in Omaha. And into Iowa, we are at 66 in Des Moines, 70 in Mason City, 66 in Spencer, and 64 in Carroll. And into Minnesota, we're at 68 in Minneapolis. We're at 66 in St. Cloud, 68 in Marshall, 68 in Rochester. So we are on our way to the 70s to low 80s for daytime highs in the central and eastern half of the region. In the far west, we are going to be seeing much cooler temperatures. Now here's a map that we just can't seem to get rid of, can we? This is the red flag warning in pink on the map. You know, it covers most of Nebraska, and it covers most of eastern South Dakota and western Minnesota. Sioux Falls, once again, included. And it just seems like we've been talking about this almost every day. Red flag warning, fire danger concerns once again for today due to temperatures that are going to be warming into the 70s to low 80s. With that, with how windy it's supposed to be, you know, we're looking at another breezy and windy day ahead for today. The combination of that, and we are still dry out there. We have that dry ground and low humidity on the back side of this front. And that is going to be, unfortunately, why we are looking at more fire weather concerns for today. Now, the good news is, after today, we're going to start to cool things down for a longer period of time. So after today, it looks like the fire danger concerns might go away finally. Now, we have another thing to get to, too. In central and north central South Dakota, portions of northeast South Dakota, Aberdeen and Pierre, we actually have a wind advisory in effect for today. This is for west winds 25 to 35 with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour is expected. And this is, again, for today. It says gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects and a few power outages could result. And then out in the far west, in western South Dakota, there is actually a high wind warning as well. This is for west winds of 35 to 45 with wind gusts up to 65. That's in that brighter tan color there out towards Rapid City. And this is, again, for today. It says high winds could damage roofs, small outbuildings, and signs. Power outages are also possible. Travel could be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Strong winds can cause blowing dust, reduce visibility, and flying debris. So that is a look at our weather alerts for today. All right, we're going to get back to our weather video in just a moment, but first, sponsorship opportunities out there. We are looking for sponsors, so if you are interested in partnering with T-Storm Chasers and becoming a sponsor with us, feel free to reach out to us on our Facebook page or any of our social platforms, as well as our email or phone number. And we're also launching our new weather call system that is available now. Highly recommend. Sign up. It's $15 for a whole year, and you get life-saving phone calls from us here at T-Storm Chasers. It is a GPS-based system, so any warnings that are issued in your area during severe weather events such as tornadoes, severe weather, and flood events, any warnings that are issued for your immediate area, you will receive a phone call within seconds from us at T-Storm Chasers, giving you guys life-saving information. If you're interested, sign up today. Go to the website at tscalert.org. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's jump into our latest future radar forecast here. Let's go ahead and play this out for today. This is the latest from the HRRR short-term model run. As we head into the early afternoon window, you can see around noon is when we are expecting these thunderstorms to get going today. So we are expecting a line of thunderstorms to develop across northwest Iowa, eastern Nebraska, and southwest Minnesota. That's where we're going to see that development. So it's going to develop basically right over Sioux Falls and move east, and that is still the expectation. And, some of these cells that pop up, if they can get going, and if they can kind of break through right away before it forms a line, we could see more of a large hail and isolated tornado threat. But quickly, these thunderstorms are going to quickly form a line and move east. And then at that point, the tornado threat and the hail threat are going to be very low, and then the wind threat is going to be high. And then as we head into the early afternoon, you can see how this forms a line from Minnesota down to Iowa and move eastward. And as you can see, it also includes southeastern Nebraska, so places like Omaha to Des Moines up to Minneapolis. That's kind of what we're looking at for today's setup. And we're looking at some pretty strong thunderstorms today for southern Minnesota, Iowa, and eastern Nebraska. And we do have a severe weather outlook too. I will show in just a second. Now, out west, we could be looking at the same time, we could see two seasons. We could see severe weather, spring and summertime weather in the eastern part of the region. And then out west, in the far west, out towards Rapid City and the Black Hills, we could see snow. So quite a contrast there in weather today across the region. Now, as we look at the dew point map for today, this is our available energy. This is essentially the fuel needed for these thunderstorms and severe weather to fire. You can see we are seeing plenty of energy. Dew points into the 60s across the area. Even Sioux Falls right now, we have a dew point of 60 out there, and that is where these thunderstorms, you can see, they're going to fire up basically along near Sioux Falls, and then again move east quickly as we head into the early afternoon. So really this early afternoon window is probably our best shot for severe weather around the Sioux Falls area. And then it'll quickly move east into, again, southern Minnesota, Minneapolis, and southern Minnesota, and then into Iowa. But you can see this is where our fuel supply is for these thunderstorms. Very clearly there in the green and blue colors there. That is where we have our dew points into the 60s, and that is going to be plenty of energy to work with for these thunderstorms today. All right, so here is our severe weather outlook map for today. You can see Sioux Falls the other day was in the slight risk, but it has shifted east. Sioux Falls is not even in the marginal risk now. We were in a marginal yesterday. Now it is all east of Sioux Falls. Now you notice an enhanced risk was added for Kansas and extreme northern Oklahoma. So down there, that is our best shot for severe weather today, is down in Kansas. But in eastern Nebraska into Iowa and southern Minnesota, we are still looking at that slight risk level 2 out of 5 for severe weather. And Minneapolis down to Des Moines and over to Omaha is again where we are looking at that chance for severe weather, the highest probabilities. And looking at the tornado threat for today, we are seeing that 2% in green. That is just east of Sioux Falls into Minnesota and Iowa. And then we have a 5% hatched risk for Omaha, and that 5% there in the brown, and covers southwestern Iowa and eastern Nebraska. And it goes down into Kansas and in Kansas, we have that 10% tornado risk as well in the Wichita area. So again, Kansas and northern Oklahoma, that is where the highest chance for severe weather is today. But again, some of this activity along the cold front will be, again, in Minnesota and Iowa and eastern Nebraska today. Here's our hail threat. We do have a hatched risk down here towards Omaha and down there, and then we have our 15% in yellow for Minnesota and Iowa. And then the wind probability is that 15% in yellow. So that is going to be it for this video. Just wanted to provide a more in-depth look at this setup for today for thunderstorms and severe weather. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button and drop a comment down below. We want to hear from you guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring those notification bells so you don't miss any of our future videos. And also check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok so you don't miss any of our content over there. And we will be going live later today as needed if we get severe weather. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.